News with Katrina Smith and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Katrina Smith. Gary has the morning off.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
It was very cold out
Yes.
this morning. I actually had to get my ice scraper out.
Thankfully, well, I tried defrosting my car, but that didn't.
However.
Well, long story.
We'll talk about that later.
But anyways, yes, it's very cold this morning. In fact, let's take a look at what's going on outside early today. We do have quiet conditions, relatively clear skies across the area. Temperatures starting out in the 20s for a lot of the region too. Live look at those temperatures here: 27 in Rome, 27 Hamilton, 23 crisp degrees up in Watertown. It's actually warmer in Saranac Lake than it is in the Mohawk Valley. How about that? Let's zoom in here. We have 28 in Long Lake, 27 in Little Falls, 32 Deansboro, and 28 in Whitesboro. Heading south, we are at 24 degrees in Sherburne, 26 Cooperstown, and 28 in Oneonta. So the next 12 hours, we start out on the chilly side, in fact, pretty cold side, warming up into the upper 40s, low 50s this afternoon. Plenty of sun. It's a dry day today. We're going to have a look at what we can expect locally over the next couple of days. And on top of that, not only will we'll be talking about what's going on the ground with the latest on Hurricane Melissa, but I'll do a track on it and we'll see where it heads following this current situation coming up in a few minutes. Katrina?
Eric, thank you. And speaking of Melissa,
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Monday morning. Here's a quick forecast in a minute as you head out to work this morning. First off, a live view of some area cameras here. It's a dry, but again, frosty start to your day today. Radar, again, picking up on just some noise. This looks like it's snowing, but this is just a low-level inversion. It is dry and entirely clear in a lot of our region. So with that in mind, and temperatures in a lot of spots below freezing, budget a minute or two to for extra time to scrape your windshield early this morning. So what are we tracking? A dry day today, plenty of sunshine. That continues as we look ahead to the middle of the week too. Tomorrow, Wednesday, so far looking pretty nice. Rainfall chances return again on Thursday, and they look to be more on the notable side in terms of beneficial rain. Yes, we're still talking beneficial rain with how late in the season we are. Still though, today lots of sun, temperatures in the 50s, and again, the next few days looking mostly dry. Clouds increase on Wednesday ahead of that system, and we're going to track that, plus the latest on Hurricane Melissa coming up in a few minutes. Katrina?
thank you, Eric. Well, October.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Time now 5:15 on this Monday. We take a look outside on a very chilly view of downtown Utica right there. It's a dry morning. We do have some low-level clouds and some fog forming in some spots. You can see some of that patchy fog, at least some low-level clouds trying to form right there. The current conditions right now, 27 degrees with some calm winds. So again, this is the prime conditions right here for frost to form here locally. So the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is dry here in central New York. We take a bigger picture look here because we've got this high pressure in place here. We got some rainfall way up north in Canada, and then some rain showers south of Washington, D.C. And this is pretty much the story the next few days. Quiet weather here locally. A different story. If we turn our attention to the south, look at this well-defined eye wall. You see this on satellite. This is not good news, and that's not good news for Jamaica and some areas nearby. Here's a look at the satellite right there and the current conditions. Winds, 160 mile per hour sustained winds. But the more notable part of this, it's moving at 3 miles an hour. That's what was causing, for one, so much uncertainty as to where it would move. But secondly, the fact that it can be so destructive, moving at very slow, very strong winds, dumping a lot of rain. This is why it's becoming a big deal for Jamaica. And again, the path moving ahead through portions of the tropics, eventually pushing its way out to sea. I want to emphasize this right now. As of this point, this is not expected to impact any of us here, neither in central New York or much of the mainland U.S. But still, you got to be at least having some prayers up for some of the people in Jamaica that'll be dealing with this over the next couple of days. But back to our local forecast. Again, it's a pretty quiet stretch of weather. We have some frosty mornings, some sunny afternoons. We do have some clouds working in here and there, but again, it's a very quiet stretch of weather. Tonight, we're back down into the 30s and 20s, maybe some low-lying clouds forming in the southern valleys. Tomorrow, we're up into the mid-50s, quiet weather. Tomorrow night, we're back down into the 30s once more with sunshine arriving Wednesday afternoon, and then a few more clouds increasing as we head toward Wednesday evening from an approaching low pressure system. This will bring widespread rain to our area on Thursday, and as of this point, it looks to bring some notable rain from a coastal system, so we'll see how that behaves. Following that, we might have some lingering moisture in the atmosphere for Halloween. I don't expect it to be entirely dry, but I think a lot of that heavy rain might exit. So stay tuned for the Halloween forecast here. And, of course, on the 7-day, on Sunday, you turn your clocks back. It's that time of year. We get an extra hour of sleep, except for our overnight
That's not an extra
director.
hour if you're early or overnight working, right?
Yeah, if you're
Doesn't
overnight
feel
working,
like
you have an extra hour of work, right? Well, I'm not sure if that counts as an extra.
Is it overtime?
I don't know.
We're going to
I'm
have
not
to
sure
check
if it
with HR. It is.
You said yes.
Thank you so much, Eric. Let's take a look at this. Well, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 at Sunrise. I'm Katrina Smith. Gary has the day off. Let's start this half hour with a check on that Storm Tracker 2 forecast with meteorologist Eric Gage. Eric, how's it going over there in the Weather Center?
It's warm inside here in the Weather Center.
Thank
a little different
goodness,
story
right?
heading outside, though. Very chilly. We take a look outside here in downtown Utica. We have clear skies at play here right now. Yes, there is some fog forming, especially toward the southern tier, the typical areas that see fog. But either way, we begin with a look at those temperatures too. 27 crisp degrees in Rome, even heading down to the valley, 30 in Johnstown, zooming in even more, 28 in Inlet, 28 as well in Lake Pleasant, 28 Fort Plain, 26 degrees in Washington Mills. We head to the south here. 25 degrees in Sherburne, 28 Cherry Valley, and 27 Richfield Springs, 25 chilly degrees down in Morris. So today, we start out with clear skies, plenty of sun this afternoon, high temperatures peaking into the low 50s, upper 40s. So it's not a very warm one today, but yes, it is looking dry. Soak up all that sunshine because as we approach later on this week, we're going to see a higher chance of rainfall. But for now, sunny days, quiet days. We're going to track that rainfall and again have the latest updates on Hurricane Melissa coming up in a few minutes. Trina?
Eric, thank you. And don't forget that Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning.
News Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Monday. Our photo of the day today takes us to Trenton Falls. A great photo right here sent in by a frequent submitter, Lazor Photography. What a shot right here of the fall scene. Yes, of course, the lower water levels at Trenton Falls there. And you can see, of course, what he exclaimed to be fall's last breath. You have a lot of these vibrant colors still out there. But I'm thinking by the end of this week, we're really going to start to see a lot more gray than we are going to see vibrant colors here. Of course, it's that time of year. We enter November, which, yes, it's already on our doorstep. This weekend, we'll enter November. So it's that time of year. Things get even cooler. The trees lose all their leaves and potentially down the line, some snow. But not in the short term. We got some chilly conditions, but they're dry at this point. The next few days, plenty of sunshine tomorrow. Clouds increase on Wednesday. We are tracking some rainfall here on Thursday. And for Halloween, see that rainfall icon there? We'll talk about the rainfall chances there. And again, talking a lot more detail since weather's quiet here currently about the destructive Hurricane Melissa in that full forecast. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Eric. Well, speaking of
New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Today starting out on the frosty side, temperatures in the 20s and in some spots some frost forming. Take a look at downtown Utica right now. It is a quiet one out there. Clear skies moving into the Utica area right now, and the temperature again 27 degrees officially at Griffiths and Rome, falling well below freezing here early today, and this is a sign of what's to come this week. Some chilly mornings, but some dry afternoons, at least for the start of the week. Later on, we could be tracking some rainfall. We'll get to that shortly. Radar and satellite shows high pressure in place here today, keeping our weather quiet today through, say, Wednesday. But there's a different story as we turn our attention down to the south. This is something that you never like to see in meteorology. Yes, hurricanes are cool. There's just the dynamics of it, everything like that. But it's not cool when this is a strong one and it's starting to arrive toward Jamaica and some other Caribbean countries here. And this is something that we are not looking forward to right now. The current setup on this hurricane, Category 5, 160-mile-per-hour winds. Not only are they strong winds inside the hurricane, the movement's around 3 miles an hour. It is moving incredibly slow. This means it could be dumping a lot of rain, especially on Jamaica, and then heading its way north through the Caribbean. Now, I will say this, good news for us here in the United States, and especially here in central New York. This is not expected to hit the mainland. It's expected right now to push out to sea, decrease in intensity. But again, can't say the same thing for areas in the Caribbean. In fact, let's take a look at some of these rainfall numbers, and some of these just might be mind-blowing to some of you. Look at this small island Jamaica here. Some of these locations, Morna Bay right here in Manville, picking up nearly 16 or 17 inches of rainfall right here. Other spots you can see here, minimum 5 inches of rainfall. You can see some of those spots here picking up just almost scale-shattering numbers here. We had to update this scale to accompany how much rain some of some of these locations on the island of Jamaica could see. But again, our thoughts are with the people of Jamaica, as this is going to be an incredibly destructive storm. Here locally, we do have some brighter news here. It's going to be a quiet stretch of weather, lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 40s, pushing 50 degrees today. Quiet weather tonight, frosty. Tomorrow, warming up into the 50s again. Upper 40s, low 50s. In fact, I think tomorrow, probably closer to mid-50s here. Then tomorrow night, we're down into the 30s. A little bit more in terms of cloud cover arriving Wednesday afternoon. And then as we head toward the end of the week, we'll see some rain chances arrive as we approach Thursday. Thursday, probably the rainiest of the next 7. Lingering showers, not nearly as heavy, but still looking a little unsettled for Halloween. So maybe the costumes will be underneath some rain jackets. But we'll stay tuned for updates in that forecast. And then turning the clocks back an hour on daylight for daylight saving time on Sunday. We'll be right back.
The news with Katrina Smith and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on this Monday morning. I'm Katrina Smith. Gary has the day off.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
It's a chilly start to the day. We want to talk about, preparedness for your car when it comes to the colder temperatures, right, Eric?
Yeah, and for me, my door was cracked open this morning, so I had to jump start my car.
Thank goodness that you had that kit that jump starts your car at that hour.
As a little pack, you plug it in, starts your car. Thankfully, I was able to start my car.
All I needed was the brush and scraper this morning.
Yeah, whatever you need to do to start or to get the frost off, you needed that this morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's take a look at those current conditions out there today. We begin with a live look at downtown Utica. Yes, it is cold out there, but it's dry enough for some frost to form. So by any means, however way you want to either defrost it, scrape it, it's going to take a few minutes this morning. Temperatures in the 20s. We got some fog forming in Hamilton right now, mainly in locations down in the southern valleys is where that valley fog is really trying to form here. The 24 Otter Lake, 27 Dolgeville, 25 in Westmoreland, and 30 degrees in Sylvan Beach. Heading south, 26 Cooperstown, 26 Richfield Springs, 25 in Morris, and 30 as you head down to Unadilla. Now today, after a frosty start, we do climb into the upper 40s, low 50s. So it's a cooler afternoon, but you can see here plenty of sunshine icons, plenty of dry weather. Over the next few days, it's also looking quiet, but we are tracking some rainfall toward the end of the week. That plus we're going to track where Hurricane Melissa making headlines, where it's headed, the current conditions, strength, intensity. Before that, we're going to be looking at what's happening on the ground. We'll send it right back to you, Katrina, with the very latest on Melissa.
Eric, thank you. Don't forget, local Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. But new this morning, strengthening Melissa as morning. That is torrential rain. It's threatening catastrophic flooding in the northern Caribbean, including Haiti and Jamaica. This is mostly because of that slow pace it's traveling at. The U.S. National Hurricane Center added Melissa will likely reach the southern coast of Jamaica as a major hurricane late today or tomorrow morning, urging people on the island to seek shelter immediately. And Eric will have those sustained winds and that pace coming up in your full weather report. State police say
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Time now is 6:09 on this Monday, and here is a quick forecast in a minute as you head out to work this morning. First off, let's take a look at some current conditions out there. Roadways are looking mostly dry. We are tracking some fog, especially heading into the southern valleys, but here in the Mohawk Valley, it is mostly fog-free. Radar picking up on a low-level inversion here. Yes, it shows up as snow, but this is nothing on the ground. It's just a completely dry morning out there today. But you do have to budget a little bit extra time to scrape some frost off the windshield today. Definitely frosty in a lot of central New York. Maybe 1 to 2 minutes extra, so budget that time accordingly. So what are we tracking? Well, a dry and sunny day today. On the cooler side, though, another dry stretch tomorrow and Wednesday. Toward the end of the week, especially on Thursday, rainfall chances return. This could produce some notable widespread rain. We'll get to that here in a second. But first, again, lots of sunshine today, highs near 50, and the next few days show, again, mainly quiet weather. A few more clouds, though, on Wednesday as that system approaches on Thursday. Again, we'll track that rainfall, and again, the latest on what's going on in the Caribbean, especially near Jamaica, in a couple of minutes. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Eric. October is breast cancer.
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Time now is 6:17, and we begin rather frosty here across the area. Live look at downtown Utica. We begin with clear skies. Yes, there are some areas seeing some fog this morning, some isolated spots up north and down south. Here, of course, in the Utica area, so far, not really anything in terms of widespread fog at this point. I'll do a deep dive into that coming up shortly. I'm going to look at some of the satellite feeds behind the scenes here. 27 degrees at Griffiths & Rome here. Calm winds. It is a chilly morning out there today. Radar and satellite picking up on quiet weather. High pressure in place here today, bringing lots of sun. And this is going to be a common trend the next few days. So just expect quiet weather, frosty mornings, and sunny afternoons. It's a different story as we turn our attention to the south. This is something that we don't like to see in meteorology. Yes, hurricanes are a fascinating topic, but when it starts approaching landfall and at this current position here, this is not good news for the island of Jamaica. Let's take a look at what's going on here. First off, with the wind speeds. It is now a Category 5, 160 mile per hour winds, but on top of that strong wind speed, look at the movement here. Well, maybe the text may be a little too small, but it's west at 3 miles an hour. This is an incredibly slow-moving storm. So not only is it producing so much wind, it's also dumping a whole lot of rainfall over the island, again, Jamaica, heading toward the tropics, and then eventually heading out to sea. I do want to emphasize for all of us here in central New York, if you know anyone along the coast of the U.S., this is not, at least at this point, impacting the mainland U.S., but a much different story for the island of Jamaica. And I want to focus on the rainfall aspect here, too. I had to change our scale because of how much rain some locations here in the island are going to see. Look at some of these numbers. These are cities and towns on Jamaica. And you notice here, Morant Bay, Manville picking up 16, 17 inches of rain in that short span. See those pockets of white here on the island. You have even Kingston here. That's picking up around 10 inches of rain. And Montego Bay picking up 8.71. So even outlying areas here in the island picking up a lot of rainfall. So this is not good news here for Jamaica. And again, our thoughts are with the people of the island as that hurricane approaches. Here locally, thankfully, we have lots of quiet weather here. We have sunshine today, temperatures climbing into the upper 40s to low 50s. Tonight, frosty once more with clear skies, lows in the 30s and 20s again. And then tomorrow, a little warmer. We'll see those highs in the mid-50s with still some sunshine. And then following that, tomorrow night, we're back down into the 30s and in some spots 20s, but I'm thinking more so low 30s. Then Wednesday afternoon starts out sunny. We'll see clouds increase throughout the day. This is from that approaching low pressure that's set to arrive during the late night hours into early Thursday morning. You can see here widespread rain expected Thursday. We're thinking there'll be some lingering rainfall on the backside of the system Friday. I don't think it's going to be heavy rainfall, but I think some nuisance rain, which I guess does fall on Halloween today. So unlike last year, which was in the 80s, and was a breezy one last year and dry, this one looking a little more unsettled. And of course, following Halloween, as we enter eventually November, we have to turn the clocks back. And
we have an eventful week. Some substantial rain. The kids might have to wear raincoats, and then we have to, we have to do the
turn the clocks back. So an extra hour of sleep. So that's some good news.
Thank you so much, Eric. And to make sure that you like us saying inmated. Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this half hour of News Channel 2 at Sunrise. I'm Katrina Smith, and meteorologist Eric Gage is over in the Weather Center. Let's get a look at that Storm Tracker 2 forecast. It was a very chilly start this morning. Had to get that not snow brush, but the ice scraper out this morning.
Yeah, I definitely. It's frosty out there today. It's a dry one, but yeah, on the budget a few extra minutes this morning to scrape some of that frost. Here's a look outside in downtown Utica. Finally, just starting to see a glimpse of some morning twilight. It's that time of year where sunrise is still now well beyond our sunrise show here this morning. I'm looking off camera here. We have satellite feeds that show us where the fog is. And for the most part, it's impacting the southern tier. I would say some very isolated, narrow sections of the Mohawk Valley heading toward Albany and some isolated spots in the Adirondacks. But behind me, you can see, of course, here in Utica, fog, not really a focal point here. There is fog, though, in Hamilton. So some sections of the southern valleys waking up to said fog. A lot of the area this morning in the 20s. We're highlighting Otter Lake 25, Little Falls 27, Fort Plain in 28, 31 Deansboro heading south, 26 Cooperstown, 25 Morris, 27 in Oneonta. So it's a frosty morning out there today. Grab that extra layer heading out to work. This afternoon, warming up into the upper 40s, low 50s. Sunshine on tap today. It's dry. But yes, it's a cooler afternoon, and we're going to be tracking how much more in terms of sunshine we'll see over the next few days. And again, the latest on the very strong Hurricane Melissa, now Category 5 in the Caribbean. We'll have the details on that coming up shortly. Katrina?
Eric, thank you, and don't forget that storm.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Monday morning. Our photo of the day today takes us to Trenton Falls. Great shot right here sent in by Lazor Photography of Fall's Last Breath. And a great shot here. Yes, of lower water levels, but still some vibrant colors here and there. This is probably one of the final weeks we're going to see plenty of color mixed in with lots of gray on the trees. Have already lost their leaves. As we approach the end of this week, and of course following that into the first week in November, we're going to see a lot more, a lot less in terms of foliage as we begin to enter the late fall stage of central New York, which usually starts to see its first snowfall. Now, for now, we're not tracking anything in terms of snowfall in the short term, but still, amazing photo sent in to us. If you have a photo like that you'd like to share, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. So today, we're tracking plenty of sun. Same thing tomorrow. Frosty overnights and sunny daytime conditions. And then we'll see clouds increase, rain chances on Thursday. Halloween takes place on Friday. We could be dodging some rainfall. We'll have the details on that rainfall forecast coming up in a few minutes. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Eric. Well, Harvest on the
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with dry weather, frosty conditions out there. We take a live look at downtown Utica this morning. Traffic starting to pick up. Obviously, the morning rush hour slowly starting to move in. But either way, the temperature this morning a little bit on the frosty side. We are in the 20s. We are sitting at 27 degrees with some calm winds. Overall, pretty chilly start to the day today. Radar and satellite picking up on plenty of sunshine for the next few days. Low pressure bringing rainfall out to our northeast and to our south, but here locally again, mainly quiet weather. And while the weather is quiet, it's a different story as we turn our attention down into the tropics. This is what's currently Hurricane Melissa, Category 5 hurricane. And although in meteorology these types of hurricanes are fascinating to watch. Look at that strength of the eye wall there. When it comes to the potential destruction that it could cause, especially as it enters the island of Jamaica as a Category 5 hurricane when it makes landfall, as it approaches the overnight hours tonight and later on impacting sections of the Caribbean. By the way, the reason why this hurricane is so dangerous, so there's 160 mile per hour winds here, and it's moving at 3 miles an hour. There is so much rainfall from this system, along with the strong winds. Now, thankfully, a lot of this rainfall staying out to sea. This is not directly impacting us here locally. But I want to show some of these rainfall totals right here and just look at some of these amounts. Some of this picking up 27 inches of rain. I just updated our model in the last half hour. So you can see some of these higher totals here, 14 inches, 10 inches. These are astronomical amounts of rainfall falling in a short span of time. So again, our thoughts are with the people of Jamaica as this system continues to evolve. Today's temperatures starting out in the 20s. Looks like we're missing some temperatures here, not sure why. But we are climbing into the 50s this afternoon with sunshine, mainly quiet weather. Tonight, overnight lows falling into the 30s. Tomorrow, we warm up into the 50s again, still plenty of sunshine. And then tomorrow night, a little frosty again, overnight lows falling into the 30s. 7-day forecast. We have clouds increasing on Wednesday, rain showers developing as we head into Thursday, probably the rainiest day of the next 7. Lingering showers possible for Halloween. We'll keep you posted on the latest developments with that rain system on Halloween. Then, following that, weekend looking still somewhat unsettled with damp conditions and some lingering rain on Saturday. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. Gary has the afternoon off. Firefighters in Ilion are battling a house fire on Highland Ave. It's your top story this noon. Firefighters were called to number 40 in Hurricane Melissa. The now powerful Category 5 storm has already claimed at least 4 lives in the Caribbean. This is a live view from the Kingston Harbor as the storm nears the coast. It could be the strongest storm to hit the island in over half a century. NBC's George Solis is in the Jamaican capital of Kingston with the latest.
Conditions here in Jamaica continue to fluctuate. Any moment you do see some heavy rain and wind start to pick up. Right now it is calm, and a lot of people taking that time to make those last-minute preparations. For instance, here you can see this building trying to fortify their doors with some sandbags here in anticipation of some of that flooding that is expected with this very strong Category 5 storm. Again, where it makes landfall is still anyone's guess. Officials urging everyone, if you haven't already found a safe place, to do so. Also, in some of these low-lying areas that typically tend to flood, evacuation orders are in place. These are now mandatory. We actually saw some buses staging in some of these communities. Not many people still getting on them. Some saying they are going to ride out this storm in their homes as they've been accustomed to. Officials also briefing the public daily. The messaging pretty clear, though, whether you're a tourist or whether you're a local here. This is a time to band together to ride out this storm because they anticipate this to be historic. We've been talking about the catastrophic rainfall, the potential for rock slides, mudslides. It could get very ugly here, especially with how slow this storm has been moving. The emergency shelters here across the island are now open. Not many of them full yet, but officials expect that could change in the coming hours. Back to you.
Meteorologist Eric Gage joins us at the desk, and my goodness, I mean, you see the wind speeds that are expected, 165 miles per hour. Like, for reference, the tornado that hit Rome was 135-mile-per-hour winds, and we saw the damage it did.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
Category 5, again, the reason why they call it rare, I mean, to get a strength that high, and also the fact that it's going to be slow-moving, that's the issue here. In fact, let's take a look at where it is right now. So, again, it is Category 5. It has strengthened still compared to this morning, and it is still continuing to strengthen at this hour. The latest conditions right here, it is 145 miles southwest of Kingston, Jamaica, where you just saw a video moments ago. And there's the eye wall, and there's Jamaica right there. It's expected to make a quick northeastern turn here, and it is moving at 3 miles an hour. That's the other issue with this system. It is moving so slowly, it's going to dump incredible amounts of rainfall on the island of Jamaica. On top of that, again, those strong destructive winds, something that we haven't seen, at least the Caribbean hasn't seen in quite a while. Now, downtown Utica here locally, back to our area. It is sunny, it is dry. We are tracking pleasant fall-like conditions, thankfully, up here. Things are quiet. 40s here in Rome, 45 in Hamilton. A few more clouds moving in from a system to the northeast out in Johnstown, Glens Falls, and Saranac Lake. So, again, today we'll see those highs peak in the upper 40s, low 50s. A cool fall, late October day here in the Mohawk Valley. Coming up in a few minutes, again, we'll be talking a bit more about the track of that system. Will any of it have impacts here locally? And on top of that, Halloween forecast and all that and more coming up in a few minutes. Ben?
All right, Eric, thank you very much. Utica Police are...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Lots of sunshine here across central New York today after a frosty morning. Temperatures widespread in the 20s. Downtown Utica, you have a nice view of the city right now. In Utica itself, the temperature is sitting in the 20s, and in Griffiths and Rome, 44 degrees, sunshine, calm winds. Feels like 44 degrees out. And of course, as we enter November, we're going to switch this humidity to a wind chill, feels like temperature, because not too often in wintertime do we see humidity anything above refreshing. That tropical feel in the air is long gone. But we look at the radar and satellite here. We have plenty of sun here. Only a few clouds coming in from the northwest as the backside of this low pressure pushing in a few clouds. Low pressure to our southwest, also at bay here due to that quiet weather here locally. So the latest on Hurricane Melissa. There's the eye wall right there. And as we look ahead, it's going to likely hit or make landfall on Jamaica right around tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. as a Category 5 storm, likely between 160 165-mile-per-hour winds. As it moves its way north, it is expected to stay out toward the Atlantic for the time being. We're not expecting anything in terms of landfall here anywhere either in central New York or along the Atlantic coast in the mainland U.S. So for a peace of mind here locally, this is not expected to hit us. But again, some of you might have friends or family that live in Jamaica. A heads up that this is something that definitely wants to be taken seriously here. And in terms of rainfall, I think this is the main reason why. I mean, we got some spots here on Jamaica expected to pick up upwards of 16, 20, 25, 30 inches of rainfall. It's a slow-moving hurricane. This is a very destructive system moving in. So again, here all of us, our thoughts are with the families and anyone that are on the island for the next couple of days. Our Skycast shows sunshine here locally. We got some quiet weather here, so that's the good news here in the Mohawk Valley. Tonight, overnight lows in the 30s, typical frosty start to the morning tomorrow. A few lingering clouds turning to sunshine by the afternoon, highs in the mid-50s. Then tomorrow night, lows in the 30s once more. We warm back up again into the 50s by Wednesday afternoon, with a few increasing clouds, and this is from an approaching low pressure system that will bring rainfall on Thursday. And the lingering rainfall could produce some conditions that are a bit on the damp side for Halloween. So an early Halloween preview right now, you might have to have that rain jacket handy. Now, hopefully this isn't expected to be a heavy rain shower, but there's still some lingering moisture we're dealing with. So stay tuned as we get more high-resolution data for Halloween coming up in the next few days. And following that, we're going to have some rain chances on Saturday, lingering showers too, turning the clocks back an hour on Sunday, already that time of year. The only notable rain chance that we can really speak of is on Thursday. Decent, moderate to heavy rainfall in some locations as a low-pressure coastal low moves up the northeast.
Yeah, just as long as the snow stays away. It is from here, but as you'll hear in our next story, there's some places higher elevations. We saw it on Whiteface.
Yep,
just last week.
Your neighbors out east too.
Yep. Thank you very much, Eric. Well, 24 hikers had to be. Time for a first look at your forecast this half hour, and of course our big topic continues to be Hurricane Melissa. And look at that eye. You couldn't draw a better circle with one of those circle drawing tools you used in math class.
Yeah, in meteorology, one of the tools that we use, basics visible imagery when it comes to how strong a hurricane is how well defined the eye wall is. And this is probably as circular of an eye wall as you can spot. Again, this hurricane still Category 5. Earlier this morning, it was 160-mile-per-hour winds. It has strengthened a little bit since this morning into the early part of this afternoon, still remaining a Category 5, and it will likely remain a Category 5 when it approaches Jamaica overnight into early tomorrow morning. Now, yes, the distance has increased between Kingston, Jamaica, and where the eye wall is, but it's moving its way toward the west. It's going to start hooking its way back to the east, catching on to a cold front that's sweeping through Florida. By the way, that cold front, you got to thank it, because that's preventing it from even pushing farther east, or excuse me, pushing farther west into the U.S. But unfortunately, the downside of it is it's pushing it toward another area, Jamaica, which is expected to get hit pretty hard with this system. So, downtown Utica here today, plenty of sunshine. It's a pretty nice fall day out there. We're in the 40s, sunshine here locally. Got a few clouds out west from a low pressure to our north and east. That's pushing some clouds into, say, Glens Falls, the Adirondacks, High Peaks area, even towards sections of the Mohawk Valley towards Johnstown. Now, today, high temperatures will peak in the low 50s. Now, tonight, we're back down to the 30s, likely another frosty morning. I don't think it'll be as cold as last night, but it's still going to be on the chilly side. We're going to track how long this dry stretch lasts. Widespread rain expected as we head into Thursday, and a preview of what we can expect heading into Halloween coming up in a few minutes. Ben?
All right, Eric, thank you very much. The Seneca Chief has arrived in New York City. The replica of
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. After a frosty start to the day, temperatures have warmed up quickly, but not very high. We're still in the 40s. Downtown Utica, live view outside, blue skies out there right now, and the current temperature sitting at 44 degrees out there. So it is still a cool afternoon to keep that jacket handy. as temperatures are expected only to peak into the upper 40s, maybe hitting 50 degrees this afternoon. Radar and satellite shows sunshine due to high pressure. Overall, again, pretty quiet weather here locally. The only cloud cover is a low pressure to our northeast, which is just slingshotting some clouds into mainly the Hudson Valley and the Albany area, and some of that even reaching as far west as parts of the Mohawk Valley. But besides that, again, expect a quiet next couple of days. In the meantime, not so quiet in the Caribbean, with Jamaica expected to get hit by a potential Category 5 hurricane as early as tomorrow around 7, 8 a.m., making landfall with 160, potentially 165 mile-per-hour winds. Not only that, a very slow speed, too. That's going to dump tremendous amounts of rainfall, which I'll show that rainfall amount here in just a second. But I want to focus on what this means for us here in central New York. Yes, this is terrible news for Jamaica and some surrounding Caribbean countries there, too. Here locally, this is not expected to hit the mainland U.S. This will hook its way out to the Atlantic in almost a straight line right here. It's going to hook onto a cold front, which is saving the U.S. from getting hit by any portion of this. So from the Mohawk Valley up here all the way down to the coast of Florida, this is not having any direct impacts. But you can see here, just Jamaica is going to get hammered with rainfall. Some of these spots here broke our rainfall scale. We had to increase the totals here. Look at this. How many times are we going to use 16, 18, 20, 24, 25 plus inches of rainfall on a rainfall scale? And you can see some of these spots here in the island expected to hit that or even break that total. So this is something that is potentially historic for the island. Here locally, again, we still have that quiet weather, sunshine the next few days. In fact, relatively quiet. A few passing clouds this evening. Tonight, we're down into the 30s, and then tomorrow, warming up into the 50s with some sunshine. Overall, pretty quiet weather. Frosty overnight's the main theme here, too. Now, as we head into Thursday, we are expecting widespread rain to move in from a coastal low, and following that, how about Halloween, the day after? And we have wraparound rain showers from the backside of the system. I don't think the rainfall will be nearly as heavy, but I do think it's going to be a damp day. Still the resolution, not really that high, but give it a couple days, we'll have much more detail on this too. This GFS model here also pinpointing potentially some mixing in the higher elevations. That's still up in the air. This model here likes to go overboard with some of the data here. Excuse me, but either way, we are going to see some lingering rain showers following Thursday and into Friday. The question is, how long is it going to last into the evening hours, just in time for, again, trick-or-treating? So stay tuned with us as we fine-tune that forecast. Lingering showers as we head into Saturday, and then following that, we turn our clocks back an hour, falling back on Sunday, and that time of year where we get an extra hour of sleep, but sunset is going to be a little bit earlier in the evening, so it's a bit of a trade-off. So, I mean, luckily for me,
good thing?
Well, listen, I'm up so early that it doesn't really affect me. Yeah, so I'm already
the sun
I'm already
going
seeing
down
the
at 4
sunlight
o'clock.
earlier.
He's excited about the sun going down at 4 o'clock. Like,
Well, I can actually see the sun during our sunrise show.
all right, that's fair.
So
I'll give you that one. That's a good one because I was here Friday and kind of took me by surprise.
yeah, a little dark.
All right, thank you very much, Eric. 2 suspects were
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Beautiful sunny day today.
Yeah, it was really nice, a little chilly out there. We're tracking a chilly night tonight. We're going to have another hard frost for many areas. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's going to be a nice stretch of weather here for the short term, the next couple of days. Live look outside, 52 degrees, sunshine, low dew point, light winds. And again, that's a recipe for another chilly night tonight with some frost. Sunshine continues tomorrow. We are keeping an eye on the next weather system that's going to bring an unsettled weather pattern, bringing some rain chances towards the end of the week. We're also going to be tracking the latest on Major Hurricane Melissa, a Category 5 storm, 175-mile-an-hour winds heading towards Jamaica. We're going to track that and see if this has any influence on the weather along the East Coast coming out. Mostly sunny skies this evening, temperatures in the 40s. I've got to look at the forecast coming out. Chris, back to you.
Staying on the story, a corrections.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. Beautiful fall day, sunshine, chilly, frosty start. It's going to be a frosty finish, too. It's a live look at downtown Utica. We are looking at dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. And a reminder, as the weather inevitably does change, we make this transition from fall to winter. Yes, it is inevitable. It's a good time to get our Storm Tracker 2 weather app to keep track of all the changing weather, especially as we get into lake effect season. It's very helpful to have the radar around when we have those bands that will eventually happen. A reminder, we fall back this weekend. This is the weekend the clocks change. We go from daylight saving time to standard time, which means we fall back Saturday night. We gain an hour, and that also means we have an earlier sunrise as well as an earlier sunset. And we're going to have our sunsets before 5 o'clock for about the next 2 months. Current local temperatures, again, it's chilly out there, but again, a pretty nice day. Dollarville 53, Little Falls 52, Deansboro 46, Westernville 55, Cross Thunder Valley's Hamilton 46, Cooperstown 48, and Oneonta with 46. Bigger picture shows high pressure in control of our weather. We have this east wind, and this is one of the reasons why we have sunshine today, because we do have low pressure to our east, but it's too far to influence us at the moment. That east wind keeps the lake effect clouds from happening. Actually, it's happening on the other side of the lakes for a change. And that means our weather patterns will stay dry and generally sunny for the next couple of days. It's cold at night. Lots of places fall below freezing. A frosty start to the day tomorrow. Some cloud cover south of the Mohawk Valley early on. That's a little bit of fog involved here, too. But it should be a really nice day. An east wind. Temperatures climb into the 50s. Tomorrow night, another chilly night. We're down into the 30s. And then Wednesday, a few extra clouds start to spill in from the west. I should say the south. We're looking at temperatures back into the 50s here Wednesday afternoon. Major Hurricane Melissa. It's a big one. It's 175-mile-an-hour winds. That makes it a Category 5 easily. And this will likely make landfall as a Category 5, or at least very close to a Category 5, with winds close to 160 miles an hour. And then it heads to the north and east and heads towards Cuba and into parts of the Bahamas, but then it goes out to sea. So for the East Coast, there will not be any major impacts aside from some strong waves. But again, Jamaica, it could be an absolutely devastating situation. Clear skies tonight, frost 29. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, 55 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Clouds, scattered showers here as we head towards Thursday, as well as Halloween. Right now, the weather doesn't look great for the trick-or-treaters. Cloud, showers, windy, temperatures in the 40s in the evening. A few sprinkles around Saturday, cloudy Sunday. Pretty typical stuff here, though, weather-wise. A little chilly, especially at night.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Bill, thank you.
Hurricane Melissa rapidly intensified over the weekend, and as you just heard, is now a Category 5 hurricane.
Yeah, the storm killed 3 people in Haiti, 1 in the Dominican Republic, and now headed to Jamaica. Ivan Rodriguez says it will be the strongest hurricane on record to strike the island.
Melissa's outer bands are already lashing Jamaica with wind and rain. Hurricane conditions are expected to arrive on the island Monday night.
It appears virtually certain that the core of a powerful hurricane is going to move over Jamaica. We don't know precisely where, but for all intents and purposes, it doesn't matter because the rainfall, the heavy rainfall and the catastrophic flooding at this point appear mostly locked in.
Kingston, Jamaica's mayor sounding the alarm over the weekend.
We have never had the experience of a Category 4 or Category 5 hurricane. This is going to be huge.
The strongest known storm to affect the island was Category 4 Hurricane Gilbert in 1988. It destroyed more than 100,000 homes, wiped out power and communications, and killed 45 people. As Melissa intensifies to a Category 5, mandatory evacuation orders are already in place for several vulnerable communities, including parts of Kingston.
The time for preparation is all but over.
Jamaica will not only endure Melissa's torrential rain, but will also have to contend with days of ferocious winds. The most extreme winds will likely occur as Melissa tracks over Jamaica on Monday night into Tuesday.
All of the island will experience even up to 20 inches of rainfall over sections of your area. So if you are in a flood-prone area, anywhere across the country, you can expect that flooding is going to occur.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Coming up, $1 million lottery ticket.
Let's get you back over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
So we're talking about the latest update on Delta Lake. The reservoir, the levels are down. This is the picture taken today by Jim. And now that the water levels continue to get lower and lower, there's more things that are being exposed from this lake. Remember, this lake was a town that ended up being flooded out when they built the dam. So with the water levels this low, some things start to show up that haven't seen dryness in a very long time. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet out there. Temperatures are going to be on the cooler side, and we're heading downhill. It's just that time of year where things really start to become noticeable with clouds and showers in the future. A couple of nice days before we get there, though. Tonight, it's a pretty nice night to take the dog out for a walk. It's chilly. Temperatures will be in the 40s. Tonight's featured dog is Jack from Utica. And if you want to be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Kristen, back to you.
Jack is ready for Halloween, the jack-o'-lantern.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look outside. It's clear, it's chilly. This is a live look in Oneonta, 45 degrees, and it's going to be another cold night. Heavy frost is expected tomorrow, and boy, you can really tell how things have changed already. It just takes a lot warmer to warm up, especially on a day like today. That frost kind of lingered into the morning for several hours, even though it was sunny. Again, it's just the sign of the season changing. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. We've got a couple of dry days ahead tomorrow and Wednesday, but rain does return Thursday and also Halloween. It does look like the trick-or-treaters will be seeing some showers, breezy conditions, not really the nicest of days here in central New York. Skywatchers checking in. Our neighbors, Whitesboro, Kirsten, 51 degrees. Mike in New Hartford, 47. Barneveld, 48. Across Herkimer County, Curtis, 48 degrees. Fairfield, 47. Jeff and Mohawk, 47. Across Southern Valleys, Worcester, 49. Cooperstown, 45. And Skenevis with 49. Radar and satellite image showing high pressure and control of our weather. The winds are coming in from the east, which is an unusual wind direction. There's clouds and showers, but these will stay at bay. Things will look pretty quiet here for the short term. Eventually, this storm to the south is going to get its act together, become a much larger as it gets more energy, and move to the north. And this will bring widespread rain Thursday, and it's going to end in some wind on Friday. So Halloween does look blustery and chilly with scattered showers. Clear skies tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 30s and 20s. So again, hard frost is expected tomorrow morning. Some patchy fog possible south of the Mohawk Valley, but a nice day. Bit of a breeze, temperatures in the 50s. Tomorrow night, skies remain clear. We'll get another frost. And then Wednesday, a few extra clouds start building in from the south. Again, as that next weather maker starts to get its act together, it'll bring some high clouds Wednesday and eventually rain to return Thursday. Major Hurricane Melissa. Take a look at the satellite image. You can see very clearly to the ocean floor. That eye is exceptionally well defined, and it's because it's a Category 5 storm. It is the largest type of hurricane out there, the highest category that's made. And this is going to be making landfall in Jamaica. It's going to be this is going to be a historic storm, no doubt. And the damage is expected to be catastrophic, both for Jamaica as well as Cuba as it heads to the north and east. This does not bear any chance of making it along the east coast. This is heading out to sea, and it's not going to be a problem aside from building some waves along the east coast. Clear tonight, frost at 29, sunshine tomorrow, 55. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Partly sunny Wednesday, 53. Rain Thursday, 50. Showers Friday, breezy. Not great for the trick-or-treaters, a high of 50. The chance of a shower Saturday. Clocks change Saturday night. Looking at a chilly weekend. Temperatures in the 40s, rain showers on Monday with highs near 50. We'll be right back.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Beautiful day, a little chilly out there. We're going to see another frosty night tonight. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Already down to 49 degrees, clear skies. calm winds, low humidity. It means we're going to see, again, chilly conditions tonight. Another nice day tomorrow with sunshine. Tracking a change in the weather pattern, especially as we head towards Halloween. Looks like we're going to be dealing with some rain and some wind for the trick-or-treaters, unfortunately, this year. We'll take a look at that. Mostly sunny skies this evening, temperatures in the 40s. I've got to look at, again, the forecast heading towards Halloween, along with the latest on what has become a major hurricane, Hurricane Melissa. Category 5 storm heading towards Jamaica. We're going to track it and let you know if there's any impacts along the East Coast. We're going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Someone called for help this morning when they're...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking some chilly weather heading into tonight. A couple of dry days ahead before the weather changes heading towards the end of the week. This is a live look in downtown Utica, and it's cooling down. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet. This is the weekend that the clocks change. We are going to fall back 1 hour Saturday night as we go from saving time to standard time. And so what that means is our sunsets get 1 hour earlier, but our sunrises get 1 hour earlier. So our sunrises go from 7:30 to 6:30, and then the sunset goes from 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Yikes. Yeah, we get into that time of the year. Sun will be setting before 5 for about the next 2 months before things start to change in February. Rainfall outlook, not much over the next couple of days, but we do have some rain Thursday and Friday, and that looks to be widespread. Also in time for Halloween, so the trick-or-treaters are going to need an umbrella this year. Bob and Clinton, 50 degrees. Mike in New Hartford, 47. Barneveld, 48. Donna, Norway, 51. Old Forge, 47. Skidegevus, 49. And Worcester with 49. High pressure in control of our weather. It's going to give us another couple of dry days tomorrow and Wednesday before this area of low pressure, the very bottom of your screen, that's the next weather system that will be impacting us locally, and that'll bring us rain Thursday and Friday. Storm Tracker 2 skycast tonight. Clear skies, overnight lows drop down into the 30s. Frost is expected tomorrow morning. A few clouds south of the Mohawk Valley early in the day, but it's going to be a sunny afternoon, beautiful day. Temperatures in the 50s. It's cold again tomorrow night, more frost. On Wednesday, clouds start to spill in from the south. Again, as things start to change, that weather system approaches, and it will be with us. It will be here on Thursday, bringing us rain and as well as wind Friday. Major Hurricane Melissa. Look at how well-defined the eye is on this storm. It's 175-mile-an-hour winds, making it a Category 5. This is going to make landfall in Jamaica tomorrow, producing devastating consequences here. And then into Cuba, I guess if there is any good news is this will not be impacting the East Coast. This will be going out to sea. But again, this is going to be a historic storm, creating catastrophic damage here over the next couple of days. Clear skies for us tonight, 29 for the overnight low. Sunshine tomorrow, beautiful, 55. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Lots of sunshine through Wednesday. And then again, that weather system arrives Thursday, widespread rain. Rain showers for Halloween, breezy, 50 degrees. The weather over the weekend looks chilly. We're in the 40s both Saturday and Sunday. We could see a shower Saturday, but at this point, most of the weekend looks dry. Again, we gain an hour, hopefully, of sleep, and then some rain showers here as we look ahead to Monday.
All right, Bill, thank you.
All right.
Still to come. Before we get to all of those stories, though, we are joined by Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Melissa, now a Category 5 hurricane, about to slam into the island nation of Jamaica.
This is a horrible situation tonight. I mean, there's no other way to put it. There's going to be a large loss of life tonight because of this storm, with the heavy rain, the mudslides, the damaging winds. I mean, it's kind of a worst-case scenario.
It's all happening overnight.
Yeah, it's all happening overnight. Category 5 storm, I mean, it's a monster. It's going to be making landfall early tomorrow, and again, it's just going to devastate Jamaica. It's going to continue to go to the north and east. If there's anything good about this, it's just the fact that it stays away from the East Coast. But unfortunately, there's going to be, again, a high loss of life tonight. Hard to just think about with these things. And again, that storm is going to continue to move out into the Atlantic. Looking at the radar tonight, things look quiet locally. It's clear, it's cold. Temperatures will drop into the upper 20s. Our current temperature is already down to 34 degrees. And we've got clear skies in place, so it's a chilly night. We're talking about frost again to early tomorrow morning. Sunshine continues throughout the day, and then we do have some rain to track as we head towards Halloween. We'll take a look at that coming up. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. Again, definitely want the heat by tomorrow morning for sure. We are tracking a nice stretch of weather before the end of the week arrives. Look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. I want you to take a look at this video. This is video from inside the eye of Melissa. This monster storm will slam Jamaica tomorrow morning before charging straight for Cuba. Forecasters warn it's going to bring destructive winds, monstrous storm surge, and catastrophic rainfall, more than 3 feet in parts, which could knock out electricity, roads, clean water for weeks. Reporter George Solis has more from Jamaica tonight.
Tonight, Hurricane Melissa on a collision course with Jamaica. Outer bands of the monster Category 5 storm roaring ashore.
We are real worried because it might just rip the whole place apart.
The island is bracing for dangerous winds up to 175 miles an hour, 30 to 40 inches of rain, and life-threatening storm surge. Officials warning flash floods and landslides could be catastrophic. Power outages may last weeks or even months. A dose of heavy wind and rain expected to pummel the island. Low-lying areas expected to flood, and infrastructure is expected to suffer. This stunning satellite image captured lightning flashes inside Melissa's eye wall. But the storm is so powerful, a NOAA hurricane hunting aircraft reportedly had to turn back. If Melissa makes landfall as a Category 5, it will be the strongest hurricane ever in Jamaica. What is the message to the island?
This is as strong and serious a storm as we've ever contemplated. Now is not the time to panic, but it is the time to complete your plans and preparations.
Many tourists staying at resorts that dot the coastline race to get out before the airports closed. But American honeymooners Kyle Peel and Kelsey Helotke decided to ride out the storm at their hotel.
We have all the supplies we need, and we have plenty of money in the bank account in case we get stuck here for a little longer than expected.
The slow-moving storm has claimed at least 4 lives in the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Now high-risk neighborhoods in Jamaica are under mandatory evacuation orders, though officials say some are refusing to leave.
If you're smart, we can work together. If you are not, unfortunately, you will pay the consequences.
New tonight, the Oneida County District Attorney's...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Clear skies. It is cold out there tonight. We do have clear skies, and it actually turned out to be a nice view of Comet Lemon. This is from Pete in Deerfield, but you have to use a telescope. It's not going to be something you'll be able to spot with the naked eye, at least very well. So if you know where to look for, you're going to look to the left of the Big Dipper in the evening sky. And again, you need special equipment, but it is possible. We've spotted it locally, again, using a telescope. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. We fall back this weekend. We're going to change from daylight saving time to standard time. That means our sunset becomes an hour earlier. So we go from 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We also get an earlier sunrise. So it's been pretty dark in the mornings these days. The sunrise has been around 7:30. That's going to become 6:30 in the morning. So we make that trade-off here this weekend. Rainfall outlook, a couple of nice days ahead before the rain returns heading into the end of the week. And again, it's cold out there. Temperatures are in the 30s and will fall below freezing tonight. The risk for frost is going to be once again widespread. High pressure in control of our weather. I'm watching this area of clouds to the south. This is going to be our next weather system that's going to slowly move to the north and bring us some rain heading into Thursday and Friday. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, clear skies tonight. Overnight lows drop into the 30s. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow. Looks like a beautiful afternoon. And we climb into the mid-50s. Tomorrow night, the weather remains dry and it's chilly. We're expecting some frost. On Wednesday, clouds start to build in from the south. The next weather system will be approaching. Temperatures climb into the 50s. And then the rain will be arriving as we head into Thursday. Again, major Hurricane Melissa, Category 5 storm, making landfall tonight in Jamaica, heading out to sea. as we head into the end of the week. So again, big time effects along Jamaica and into Cuba. But again, on the East Coast shouldn't be a problem. Clear skies tonight, frost 29, sunshine tomorrow 55. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine Wednesday gives way to clouds, high of 53. Rain on Thursday, 50. A bit of a breeze, well, downright windy on Halloween, high of 50 degrees. A cooler weekend ahead with temperatures in the upper 40s, generally cloudy skies. Showers return Monday with highs near 50. We'll be right back.